Let's check in with B-Cave. We have still an incident on 71 near Arroyo Canyon Drive. All right, Casey, what are we working with on your end?
Yeah, we're still looking at a couple passing showers. This is leftover from the little thunderstorms that rolled on through areas like Georgetown, Taylor earlier this morning. Now just some light rain left. This is now working its way into parts of Bastrop County, where we continue to track a couple showers there that are just off to the east of the Weberville area. A lot of us currently dry. We will be tracking some isolated showers and storms later today, but it'll be mainly along and east of the I-35 corridor. The farther east you go, the higher the rain chance, and even that chance, just a 20% chance. Across the Austin area, 10% chance for a stray shower storm after about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Some of the I-35 corridor, you might see a quick little one skirt across the area, but if you're up in the hill country, you should be dry for today. 7-day forecast as we take a look ahead. We will continue with the warm conditions and then eventually some isolated showers and storms returning as we head into Thursday, Friday, and the weekend.
Welcome back to Daybreak Plus, streaming free on your TV. I'm Yvonne Nava.
And I'm Brian Mays. Thanks for being with us here on KVUE Plus, Daybreak Plus.
I'm in a better mood because I had some chilaquiles and they were so delicious.
Were they fantastic?
They were so good. Yeah.
I love a good chilaquile.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know I
I'm
did.
going to tell you more about what it's like an over easy egg over some kind of like tortilla chips.
Oh,
with
that
like
sounds
a sauce.
delicious.
It's pretty good.
You have extras?
I think I ate them as fast as I could. I know I had 9 minutes to eat breakfast.
I'm sure they were delicious.
So I was on the clock.
You're on the breakfast
Louise,
clock.
yes. All right. Well, you know what? Let's talk about, what are we talking about, the weather here? Yes, experts have long said that eating less meat can benefit both our health and the planet.
I like that. I like that. New research suggests you don't have to give up animal products entirely, though, to make a difference.
So Ginger Z explains how cutting back could have a big impact.
As the weather heats up, images of classic American cookouts come to mind. Sunlit backyards, family, friends, and grilling. Traditionally, it's hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, and other meats. But studies show that consuming factory-farmed animal products can be harmful both to our health and the environment. First, a lot of land is needed for meat production. So, to keep up with the demand for animal-based foods, deforestation is common in the meat industry around the globe. When trees are burned or cut down, they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And when animals like cows and sheep digest the greens that they eat, they produce methane, a gas more potent than carbon dioxide. Investigating how your meat was raised is a great first step. especially if it was factory farmed. Swapping out some of your meat-based meals then for plant-rich foods is key to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Sustainable chef and author of Love the Foods That Love the Planet, Kathy Caton Gazzini, says that it doesn't have to be all or nothing.
The more meals you can mix it up and sort of celebrate the beautiful plant-based foods that are all around us. It's the way our ancestors really ate. The better for wildlife, for biodiversity, and cooling the planet.
A recent study in Denmark found you can still eat about half a pound of pork or chicken per week and not harm the planet. The research suggests opting for plant-rich food options. That could reduce carbon emissions by 7 times current levels.
What that means is eating low on the food chain. Your vegetables, your fruits, your whole grains, your legumes. These foods, barely make a blip in terms of generating heat-trapping greenhouse gases.
With those traditional beef burgers, hot dogs, and steaks maybe off the menu, there's an endless list of options to make summer cookouts more sustainable.
You can make beautiful burgers just with whole grains and beans. You can grill fruits. I could probably go on and on, but there's no deprivation eating for the planet.
With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
Are you a big bean burger guy?
No. Here's the
I knew you were
thing
gonna
for
say
me
that.
when it comes to meat and meat byproducts.
Okay.
Or fake meat. Why does it have to look like the meat? If you're going to eat a bean patty, just eat a bean patty.
Yeah.
You don't have to make that bean patty look like a hamburger. Oh, that looks really good. Now I'll eat it. Just make it look like a bean patty.
But maybe it might not look as appealing if it looks like a bean patty. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's true, but then it's still a bean patty.
Yeah, I mean, why do I wear these lashes? why do I have these big old lashes?
See?
Because I just aesthetically you want it to look a little bit,
But does it taste any different? I guess is my question. If you fabricate something to look like a steak, but it's not a steak, it's not going to taste like a steak.
I will say this. Do you ever notice that sometimes when you have those, whether it's, I won't say the brand, but I do enjoy them. However, they're very high in sodium. So you feel like really full right after.
That's true.
And it just, kind of feel puffy afterwards.
Now, don't get me wrong, Yvonne. I love our planet. It's really the best of all the planets.
I think so, too.
When you think about keeping it sustainable, we want to do that. I'm going to do my part, too, but I'm not giving up my ribeyes.
No.
I'm not giving up my smash burgers.
No.
And I'll just moderate. Like she said, moderation
But you
is the
recycle, you do all those things.
key. Moderation is the key.
There we go.
I'll mix in a bean patty every now and then. Right?
Casey, are you a big bean patty kind of gal?
There are some that are okay. They're decent. They're kind of, they taste a little bit better than others. I will say I bought some tofu yesterday at the grocery store.
Oh, I love tofu.
Yeah, you can cook it in a right way. I think where it tastes pretty good.
Sure.
If you're about to head out, maybe you're grabbing that breakfast, maybe it is a vegetarian breakfast and you're trying to help out the planet. We have a little bit of shower activity that we have been monitoring, at least across some of our eastern zones. Notice not much left of this storm that first started up in Williamson County. We had a couple of those out near the Georgetown area in Round Rock. These have since fizzled as they've tried to work their way southward. Now just one little blip there of a shower off in Bastrop County, leaving the rest of us currently dry. A couple clouds out there. Look outside for most of us. Austin at 70 degrees. Cameron, you're sitting at 70 degrees right now. Burnett, 68 degrees. Some of the cooler spots found in the hill country where Fredericksburg, you're also sitting in the upper 60s with a cloudy sky. Enjoy the cooler start while we have it this morning. We will be soaring with our temperatures right back up into those middle and upper 90s. In fact, with the high humidity still with us, our heat index climbing to 106 degrees by around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be tracking first the potential seeing some isolated storms, mainly focused across the coastal plains today. We're hot and humid all week long. I will be monitoring, though, some slightly higher rain chances towards the end of the week. I'll be breaking that down and have your full 70 forecast coming up right now. Let's go ahead and check in on that morning commute with Hannah.
Let's do it. The way I just scarfed down an entire meat plate while you guys are talking about, helping the environment and eat less meat. We really are trying, Brian, aren't we? We're trying. We're gonna experiment with the bean burgers and all that. Okay. Here's Mopac for you at Camp Mabry, in case you're wondering. Still looking pretty good on my end of things. And, we had a couple crashes in the last hour. Just about all of those have cleared out. Typical patches of stop and go from Onion Creek into Bluff Springs. It's a lot of construction there over the weekend in that Stastny area. And just kind of, I wish I could tell you it's ending soon, but it's really not. So here's a look right now. Walnut Forest, minor slowdown southbound at Palmer Lane. But overall, looking really clear if you are coming and going from Round Rock. We've had some early morning rains, which always makes makes things a little tricky through the area, but overall, like I said on my end, really not too bad right now. Mentopolis, we had 2 crashes earlier. Both of those have cleared. Seeing some stop and go in the northbound lanes heading in from the airport. Not too bad right now, and they're about to clear that incident at 71, coming and going from Bee Cave at Arroyo Canyon, but really not causing too bad of a backup. But you can see Round Rock, we've got 35 miles per hour, so definitely still seeing our typical stop and goes, no active crashes. So, you know, we'll take what we can get for a Monday.
We will take what we can get. All right, Hannah, thanks a lot. How about some sports talk now? Kevin Durant, he could be on the move this offseason. Over the weekend, he reportedly, according to ESPN, named the Miami Heat, San Antonio Spurs, and Houston Rockets as his preferred landing spots were he to be traded. This is what he had to say about his return to Austin to face the Spurs at the Moody Center. This was back in February.
I love Austin. I mean, I love being here. City's grown. I got a few friends here. You know, I get a little nostalgic when I ride around the city a bit, you know. So as much as I can get here, I try to support, coach, and girls, women's basketball, football, all sports at Texas I try to support. So I try to get back out here as much as I can.
Must be nice, right? To be that, but also to be that talented that you're like, okay, I want to go here, here, and here. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like
you can pick your spot.
Pick a spot, yeah.
He's an NBA All-Star 15 times over. He's 37 now. It feels like he should be younger than he looks younger than he plays younger than that.
What is like maybe like over, like you're pushing it once you get to a certain age for basketball?
Ooh, and in the NBA, usually mid-30s is when people you see the decline in the productivity. But guys like LeBron James are proving that to be wrong. Kevin Durant, he averaged 26 points a game last season. But man, how fun would it be? Wembanyama, Steph Castle, Kevin Durant in the same lineup.
That would be something to.
That would be fun.
I like it. Yeah,
as a Spurs fan, I would enjoy that.
I think I would enjoy that too. I always love a good game when there's a lot of action. You know.
Yeah, he could get a house in San Marcos and just split the difference. He could play games and then come out when he gets done. He could come back to Austin and hang out with us.
I kind of like that. There we go. See, you know what?
Let me text him.
He doesn't even need an agent. He just needs Brian Mays. Brian will plan it all out for him, and he'll still get his cash.
You know, I covered him when he played in college. That's how old I am. He's 37 now. I covered him when he was 18.
When you covered him, did you think, oh, he's someone to look out for?
100%.
Right away, you just knew?
Knew it right from the first game.
Oh, wow.
One of the best players I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's talk about this. You love going to ride roller coasters and do all kinds of fun stuff. Six Flags, you've been there, I'm sure.
Many times.
Six Flags over Texas. It's cooling things down with some big upgrades, including at Hurricane Harbor.
I don't do the water parks, though.
We did once, though. We did once.
Yeah, that's right. The
I
one
was
in San Antonio.
scared, and we sang The Wheels on the Bus.
And you made it through.
Yes.
Sean Giggy also made it through. He shows us how the water park there at Hurricane Harbor is making waves just in time for the summertime.
Hurricane Harbor is great, but you know what makes this water park even better? More water! A lot more water.
This is our largest investment in our park's 42-year history.
Park manager Heather Blair says never before has Hurricane Harbor added something so big. In this case, an island, Splash Island. It's a 58,000 square foot kids area. The showstopper is the treehouse, which will open in a couple weeks. The treehouse features 17 slides, a 1,000-gallon water bucket, and 110 total water features. Climb down from there, and you'll find 9 other slides and a splash pad, plus cabanas to eat, drink, and escape the heat. Splash Island is part of an overall refresh at Hurricane Harbor. The park has new restaurants, new restrooms, new landscaping, and a fresh coat of paint.
A lot of people won't even recognize part of the park.
Heather says if you've been here before, you'll see the park in a whole new light.
To be back at the water park that I grew up in, to see all of this investment and these new enhancements is truly incredible to be a part of.
These aren't just subtle changes. Heather says they're Texas-sized because Hurricane Harbor knew it needed to make a splash so that you could, too. In Arlington, I'm Sean Giggy.
How fun. So what is your go-to ride at the water park? Lazy river, a big slide, or like, those straws, or something else? What would you do?
I like the lazy river. You grab one of those tubes, you kick back. If you want a beverage, you can have a beverage right there while you're floating around.
Okay.
But then you got those natty little kids that run up to you and they push on your tube and they're yelling and they're screaming.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, that does happen.
No, that happened at Hurricane Harbor when I was a kid. There was a kid that had a little bit. They had to shut the whole pool down for hours.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's zoom out.
There we go. Let's zoom out. We could go slowly.
Hannah's here. Casey is here. We're talking about urinating in the pool. Go ahead, Hannah. Hannah, what were you saying about urinating?
So Hurricane Harbor, we used to go every summer in Dallas, but it was all the summer camps that would go. When I tell you, it was the most chaotic day ever, and there'd always be one kid, not number one, but
oh, come on.
They had to shut the whole thing down. I know it's not the cutest conversation, but
you got to shut it down when you get that stuff.
That's why you got to tell your kids if you need to go, you let me know. If not, the pool will turn purple, or make something up so that they're scared to ever do anything like that. You know what I mean?
How did we get here?
Wasn't there like a technology where they like put some dye in the pool and then like if you like
no, I think that was made up, right?
I don't know. And then it like dyed it like bright blue or something, like a dark.
So I think that was
an Adam Sandler movie.
What movie was it? Duty in the pool.
Yeah, like I feel like that was a lie in the 90s that they used to tell the kids to not go in the pool.
I mean, honestly, that would probably work pretty well. So they should probably bring it back.
Yeah, it's like we're too afraid.
Well, from something gross to something we should all do, fitness, right? Let's talk about exercising. A fitness education group in California raced its way into the record books. Last month, CF Fitness in Anaheim gathered more than 1,400 people to play an epic game of red light, green light. The playful event smashed the Guinness World Record for most participants, bringing energy, smiles, and a powerful reminder fitness can be fun at any age.
You know that's happening in California, though, because if that happened here, you'd see everyone like huffing and puffing in the seats.
Be too hot for it. Like in Squid Game, they played red light, green light. Did y'all see that?
It ended differently, though.
Well, it wasn't quite the same game. What was the best schoolyard game, though? Red light, green light was fun. Simon Says was fun.
Red Rover.
Red Rover.
I always liked when they bring out the rainbow thing, the big tent, and everyone would run under it.
Foursquare? Did you guys play Foursquare?
Foursquare.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Never knew the rules, though. Just kind of always winged it. Winged it?
Winged it. By the way, don't ask me to play dodgeball. That is a mean game. I always got like smacked in the face. I didn't like it.
That's not allowed, though, right? You're not supposed to do the face.
Oh, back in the day, there were no rules.
Back in the day.
It's not for the weak.
Yeah, you can't. You got to survive. Survive in advance. That's what we said in dodgeball.
Yeah.
And it literally was survive. If you didn't get knocked out, you moved on to the next round.
I literally was like, just hit me. And I'd be like, oh, I got to sit down.
Oh, yeah. Darn.
You didn't want to do it?
Gotta go sit and relax and maybe take a little nap. Good night, everyone.
Absolutely.
I like that. All right, let's talk about the weather here because it's going to be humid. My favorite man is back.
Oh, our favorite man.
Humid. You met Hugh before, Hannah?
Good old humid. Oh, we can't forget Hugh.
We've all met Hugh before here in Texas. It is going to be hot. It's going to be humid this week. And for those kids that have summer, maybe sports camps, you've got those outdoor summer camps with all the games, red light, green light, Red Rover, and whatnot. Pack them off with plenty of extra water. It's going to be hot and humid for this entire week. We were tracking a little bit of shower activity that's since fizzled out across North Bastrop County. We had some showers and storms earlier up towards the Williamson County area, Round Rock, and also Georgetown. Those have since come to an end, and we won't see much rain here for the remainder of this week. This is our upper level setup. We've got an area of high pressure that's currently building out across parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and West Texas. This is what's kept the hill country pretty quiet and will continue to do so as we head into today. I still think we'll have enough moisture present to maybe see a couple spotty showers and storms out across our eastern zones today. But as this begins to slide a little bit farther off to the west, it's by the end of this week that I do think we'll have some low-end rain chances returning for Thursday, Friday, and at least into the start of the weekend. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, though, with that big dome of high pressure, we're really not going to see too much activity in the way of rain, but we certainly will see the heat, and we'll be feeling the stickiness with the humidity remaining high. For the remainder this morning, partly cloudy sky that'll take us into the lunchtime hour where we are still dry. By this afternoon, 3-4 o'clock, as things begin to heat up, we'll be looking at a couple pop-up showers and storms out across our eastern zone. So Fayette County, Bastrop County, Caldwell County, Lee County, you'll have the better chances of seeing some activity today. Wouldn't rule out a stray storm managing to make its way across the I-35 corridor. Again, talking about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, but the good majority of us dry, and certainly the hill country will be quiet. Tonight will be dry, mostly clear to start with those winds of the southeast. Low clouds increase by tomorrow morning. A cloudy start to the day, and then eventually you'll be looking at the return of a good amount of sunshine for tomorrow, where we should be off to another dry day for your Tuesday. We keep it completely dry Tuesday and Wednesday. By Thursday and Friday, notice we start to see some moisture make a comeback across the area. The rain chances won't be very high, but it will be something. We will see some pockets of some showers and storms by the second half of the week. 7-day rainfall total. This map looks a whole lot different from what we were showing last week. We're talking about maybe up to 1/4 of an inch for those areas east of I-35, coastal plains. Could be looking at 1/4 of an inch to up to some pockets of a 1/2 an inch over the next week or so, but overall a much drier forecast. 96 degrees for a high today. Hot, humid. That heat index of up to 106 degrees. That's for those peak daytime eating hours, 4 to 5 o'clock. So make sure you're taking those heat precautions seriously. Try to drink plenty of water. Again, try to take breaks in the shade if you do plan on exercising a little bit later on today. Middle 70s for overnight lows. We keep it muggy and also mild as we head into what will be your Tuesday morning. Even warmer for tomorrow afternoon at 97 degrees. Wednesday, we still keep it dry. For Thursday, we'll start to see some isolated showers and storms. Friday will be the official start of summer, and it'll be feeling like it. Summer solstice officially at 9:41 p.m. on Friday, and then we'll be looking at some spotty showers and storms into the start of the weekend.
It's summer. It's 7:45, and it's also Monday in Central Texas. And goodness, what she say feels like 106 by 4 p.m. It is going to get so very hot out there. Might want to opt for the shade because it's that time of year you get in the car and whew, it hurts. Okay, taking a live look right now. Still pretty good on Mopac right now. We do have a new incident in the Pflugerville area. I'll show that to you in a moment. Minor, patches of stop and go, pretty typical along I-35 heading into downtown Austin. But you know what? For that stretch, we really haven't had any crashes so far today. It's just been construction, and yeah, that's about it there. Taking a look on the 130 toll road, we have an incident in southbound near Pflugerville, not too far from the Austin Executive Airport at Cameron Road. Not causing a full closure though, and as you can see, not much of a backup either. Really looking pretty good. Still seeing some stop and go though if you are coming in from Round Rock, and that's really kind of just the name of the game. It's just stop and go as we're having that morning rush right now. Seeing slowdowns through Metropolis. We had 2 crashes there earlier. Both of those have cleared, so we can work with that a whole lot better. And then still seeing some delays on 71, which is, pretty standard for the Bee Cave area. And that crash is now cleared at Arroyo Canyon Drive, not too far from Southwest Parkway. But as you can see, area-wide slowdowns really for this side of the map here. So Buda, Manor, Round Rock really kind of slowing down near Old Settlers there. But the rest of us really looking pretty good for a Monday. So we'll take what we can get. Under 40 minutes coming in from Buda, and under 25 minutes if you are coming in from Round Rock today, 37 miles per hour. 183 under 10 minutes right now with some minor slowdowns for you there. And let's go ahead and take a look across the rest of the area. Mopac under 20 minutes right now. That'll get you from 45 to downtown and vice versa.
Hey, Hannah, I cut some fresh apples. Do you want some? How about them apples? Do you like these apples?
Yeah, I do. Do you have some peanut butter to put them in? No.
Oh, I wish I did, but here you go. I'm going to leave them for you girls.
You know, if you eat one of those a day,
it keeps
that doctor, he's going.
Keep the doctor away.
Absolutely.
All right,
never heard that.
You never heard that one before, did you? Okay, bean patties do that too. It may feel like summer break goes on forever, especially for parents trying to keep those young kiddos entertained. But you know, summer break is actually, get this, shorter than it used to be.
So why the change, and could year-round school be making a comeback? Let's connect the dots for you.
Summer breaks may feel long for parents and short for students, and they could be getting shorter. Let's connect the dots. According to Pew Research, school years lasted about 250 days in 1841. Now it's down to 180 days. That's because modern technology allows students to safely relax at home. In the early 19th century, schools were typically open year-round for kids to escape the bitter winter and hot summers. But with the invention of air conditioning, schools could safely send students home. Now there's a push to move back to the traditional year-round model with shorter breaks throughout the year instead of one long one in the summer. Experts say one long break doesn't prepare students for future professional time off. However, some schools still don't have air conditioning, and teachers may not be prepared to give up those summer breaks. And that's connecting the dots.
It's so hard to keep everyone entertained. You know, you don't want everybody to be bored. So,
but it's better than school. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Well.
And for the teachers too, I feel like they need a chance to breathe, right?
And as far as it doesn't prepare them for the professional world, can you imagine like not having summer break as a kid? It's like you're a kid. Who cares about the professional world at that point?
Yeah, I find myself sometimes telling I tell my kids, like, enjoy school. We want you to learn, but it's not the be all and end all. Right. You don't have to have perfect attendance if you want to. Sometimes I'm like, hey, let's take a day off and let's go to the movies. Let's do something.
Like that.
Those are the moments they're going to remember. They're not going to remember that biology class. I mean, I don't know.
Unless they're a doctor someday.
Maybe.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Terrible. School,
You never know.
Meanwhile, your teachers are like listening to you at home, like, wow, Yvonne, I'll remember that one movie that
we're sharing the STAR test results every week.
I didn't mean every day. I meant like every now and then. Like moderation is. You know, key.
Because it's a lot of pressure, and you get a job too. I feel like the second we turn 18, we just work.
Adulting is hard, and then it never ends.
I know, that's why I'm like, run free, precious children, while you can.
Enjoy summer.
Enjoy it.
Got to recharge those batteries. You know, you need a little time off, like I had last week, to recharge the batteries.
You have some SoCal weather.
You know, do I look tan?
Oh, yes.
Actually, a little sun kiss,
Just a little bit here. By the way, can you post the video of the dolphins?
I will.
Yeah. And then he had video of the sea lions. How do the sea lions smell?
Oh, fishy.
You think bean patties are rough. You should have smelled these sea lions.
Kind of funky?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That pool Hannah was swimming in?
Yeah.
See, it's all
They had to
connected.
shut that thing down for hours.
It all connects.
Well, you know, we're almost halfway through the baseball season.
That's right. And the Washington Nationals recently called up their top prospect.
The Nationals welcome Bruce for a ceremonial bat retrieval. Joined by Nationals pitcher Zach Brixey for the ceremonial bat drop.
Wow. I love it.
Bruce. Bruce is a golden retriever, the new bat dog for the Washington Nationals. Made his MLB debut during the team's Pups in the Park promotion. That was back on Saturday this past weekend. He took the scenic route when picking up the bat pregame. Just wanted to kind of show off a bit. He'll be returning to Rochester, where he works with the AAA affiliate of the Nationals, as well as Honor Flight Rochester. He's a busy dog, but he was there for the day on Saturday.
He just got a blowout with that fur.
I was going to say his coat is
He was so
it was like
nice.
shimmering.
So that's why he was going around. He was like, look at me.
He was showing off. That's cool, though. Hard to believe it's halfway through the baseball season. You guys were just saying how much you've enjoyed this baseball season.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
But speaking of, right, like needing a break, I mean, they play a lot.
There's a lot of games.
But
The dog days of summer, they say.
They do have some bye weekends or something, right?
Yeah, you mean some bye, like not playing?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what it's called?
Sure it is. Yeah. B-Y-E, bye. Take a bye, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, did you know Winnie the Pooh's a grandfather? I did not know this.
I didn't know it either, and it turns out the internet just can't get enough.
You're braver than you believe, smarter than you seem, and stronger than you think, and cute as a button.
That's awesome.
Imagine being that grandchild, just that soothing voice. That is voice actor Jim Cummings. He has voiced the iconic Winnie the Pooh since 1988. He shared a heart-melting video cradling his grandson while quoting the infamous bear. When you teased this earlier, Hannah, I thought you meant the actual
y'all
Winnie
were
the
thinking
Pooh, and I was like,
Winnie's up in the nursing home.
And what did we say? I was like, he got married to who? And then you go, he doesn't even have pants. How did he get married?
How could he be married?
There's not a person behind the voice, no.
That's cool. I hope they were able to record some things for that young child as they grow up to hear that voice over and over again. That's a neat, unique
like
voice.
elite bedtime story.
Yes.
Well, going right to bed.
I've been seeing that kids nowadays are going back and watching the old Winnie the Poohs because they're extremely soothing, and a lot of the shows now it's like kind of overstimulating and very noisy and fast, and even just hearing that voice, don't you just want to like take a little
man.
I do.
Makes you feel like a kid again. And you said Eeyore was your favorite, right?
No, Oh, Eeyore's nice. It's just like Eeyore. There's so many things to be happy about. We've got to look at the bright side.
But Eeyore was important to the storyline, though, because there's people like that throughout life where it's like sometimes you have to point them back to the sun.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Exactly.
You know, it is a lesson. And then there's a lot of Tiggers out there. I think I'm a bit of a Tigger.
Yes. I would put you in that category.
You have to be on the morning show.
What's Piglet's personality? I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't he afraid of everything?
Scaredy cat, scaredy pig. Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't
paranoia, I think, yeah. What y'all say?
Little scaredy pig.
Scaredy pig.
Scaredy pig.
Yeah, he's scared of everything. It's a good story, though. It's neat to hear the voice of the actual actor that's now got a little grandchild to read to. All right, here are 3 things you need to know on this Monday morning. Another protest is planned for tonight. It's happening in downtown Austin. Will happen at the J.J. Pickle Federal Building on 8th Street beginning around 7 p.m. Protesters demanding to end all deportations. The closure of local ICE detention facilities is what they want. This protest will be held in solidarity with the Los Angeles movement against ICE tonight.
And Cat Metro's new police force begins patrol today. 12 officers were sworn in earlier this month. Cat Metro's board of directors approved the new police force in 2021 to boost safety and get more people to ride. The new police chief says officers will start patrolling in areas of high traffic and visibility and will respond to situations as efficiently as possible.
And swimming at Blue Hole Regional Park in Wimberley is still closed, and I keep saying it all morning. I swear the water doesn't usually look like this, okay? It's usually very pretty, but I think all that rain, it just kind of gave it a big old mix. But anyways, all swimming reservations will be fully refunded. And if you haven't been at KC, that's one of the places. I have like a long list for you of places you need to go, and that's one you've got to check out.
I've seen pictures of it not after a rainstorm. It does look beautiful.
Not like chocolate milk, like you said.
These pictures make it all look busted. I'm like, I swear.